Today, we're delving deep into the world of muscle building and nutrition. If you've ever wondered about the optimal meal frequency for packing on those gains, you're in the right place. Let's get started. But before we move on, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Areta and colleagues investigated the effects of various distributions of protein consumption on anabolic responses. 24 well-trained men were randomized to consume 80 grams of whey protein as either a pulse feeding, 8 times 10 grams every 1.5 hours, and intermediate feeding, 4 times 20 grams every 3 hours, or a bolus feeding, 2 times 40 grams every 6 hours, during 12 hours of recovery after a resistance training bout. Results showed that the intermediate feeding condition was superior to either the pulse or bolus feeding condition for stimulating muscle protein synthesis over the recovery period. A recent study by Mamaro and colleagues provides additional insight into the topic. In a randomized crossover design, 8 healthy subjects followed isoenergetic and isonitrogenous diets at breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 2 separate 7-day periods. During one condition, protein was distributed approximately evenly throughout each meal. In the other, it was skewed so that almost 2/3 of the daily protein dose was consumed at dinner. Protein intake was sufficient for maximal anabolism, amounting to 1.6 grams per kilogram per day. Results showed that muscle protein synthesis was approximately 25% greater when protein intake was evenly distributed compared to a skewed distribution. In a 2-week intervention on elderly women, Arnal and colleagues demonstrated that protein pulse feeding, women consumed 79% of total daily protein in a single feeding of approximately 52 grams. Resulted in a greater retention of fat-free mass compared to a condition in which protein feedings were equally spread over the course of 4 daily meals. This happened because the aging process desensitizes muscle to protein feedings, resulting in a greater per meal requirement to hit the leucine threshold. Adekan and colleagues reported no differences in body composition between protein pulse feeding, 80% protein in one meal, and spread feeding, 4 equally spaced portions of protein, in a group of young obese women. Another study found no difference between pulse and spread feeding frequencies in a group of young women. A limitation of these studies is that subjects did not perform resistance exercise, thereby impeding generalizability to those seeking to maximize hypertrophy. Given that the anabolic effect of a protein-rich meal lasts approximately 5 to 6 hours, it is reasonable to conclude that young people should consume 3 meals, spread throughout the day, containing at least 10 grams of EAAs to optimize muscle growth. This frequency pattern ensures that the body remains in anabolism over the course of the day and takes full advantage of the greater than 24-hour sensitizing effect of resistance training on skeletal muscle. Elderly people may require up to double this amount. If you want to buy the best quality gym equipment, click on the link in the description.